Hi, welcome to my show, Friday PM. My name's Luigi Scarcelli. We got a great show for you tonight. We're going to have a couple of folks that are going to talk about their shows coming up in the new year here on Portland Media Center. First guy we're going to be talking to is the director of the show Off the Rails, Warren Edgar. Hey, Warren.
Luigi, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, of course.
So why don't let's talk a little bit about the show. It's going to be an interesting show. Friday nights, 8 p.m.
That's right.
You're the director.
I am.
We have a producer is a gentleman, Gio San Giovanni.
Yeah, he's the head producer.
Okay.
The guy in charge.
Sure, the guy in charge. And the hosts?
Yeah, so our host, Travis Kern, he ran for both the mayoral seat here in Portland as well as city council in the election that just happened. Yeah. He didn't win, sadly. But, you know, we got him on the show. He's a great host. He's been really awesome. He works for Maine Distilling, which has been pretty awesome.
Okay.
We've had a great relationship with them. Our other host is Paul Lewis. You may have heard of him. He runs Jack's Twisted Mansion here in town.
Okay.
It's a little pop-up restaurant. Yeah. He has a brunch spot. He's a great guy.
So tell me a little about this show. I know the title, Off the Rails. Mm-hmm. I know it's got a musical component. What else should we know about the show?
Well, yeah, as you said, it's a music show.
Yeah.
Front and center. 2 acts per episode. The episode of series premiere that's coming out features Ariana Smith. She plays guitar. Beautiful vocals. Oh my, she's amazing. You gotta see it. She blew us away that night. And then, of course, Trevor Hill. He's a rapper. That guy's awesome, too. He's got some great songs. He actually made a song for the show. It's a theme song. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So he's our first act of the night. Then Ariana Smith is our second act for the night. But, yeah, it's a music show front and center. But we also have, we interview them. We sit down. We have some discussions. We talk about where'd you come from? You know, how'd you get here? What's the journey been like, you know? And that's kind of been the show. The show's been about not just the music, it's the human component as well, which has been pretty awesome.
Now, how did you guys conceptualize this show? What was it? Is something you came up with recently on your own, the two of you guys together, the producers, hosts? How'd you get together?
That's a great question because the show actually comes from a radio show on WMPG 90.9 called Local Motives. Okay. And that's from the 90s. And so it was Gio, who's a producer here at PMC, but he's also a DJ over at WMPG. He approached me and some other members of WMPG had conceptualized, you know, what if we did a collaboration with the Portland Media Center, Channel 5? Right. What if we brought Local Motives to television? You know, what if we had these acts on TV? Wouldn't that be awesome? So they approached me to direct that idea, and we created Off the Rails, which is kind of just the TV version of that radio show.
We're going to get a clip of it, see a little bit about it. Definitely look for it. If this show airs before that, look for it coming up, you said again, January
7th at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.
Or tune in, that's on Channel 5, tune in to WMPG 7:30. You'll be able to listen in.
Let's take a look at a clip of that, and we'll be right back. Thanks.
Why, hello, philanthropist and restaurateur Paul Lewis.
Oh, hello, former candidate for mayor and city council Travis Kern.
Did you happen to hear about Off the Rails, the brand new TV version of the famous radio show Local Motives on WMPG FM?
I think I have.
And did you hear you can watch Off the Rails starting on January 7th on Channel 5 at 7 o'clock p.m. Friday nights?
And if I'm not mistaken, you can also listen on WMPG 90.9.
And you can also watch on YouTube and on demand at portlandmedia.org.
Are you going to let me get a word in?
I just did.
You know what? If you can't take this seriously, then I'm out.
Oh, come on. I'll get paid if you leave.
I'll come back if you apologize.
Oh, come on. Fine, I'm sorry.
Doesn't sound like an apology to me.
Come on.
Doesn't even sound like you meant it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Paul, I'm sorry.
We're back here with Warren Edgar. Good to see you again, Warren. So let's talk a little bit more about the show. I know you feature a lot of folks that kind of aren't always flying along the mainstream platforms as much, or you're trying to,
But one of the biggest pitches that I had when I started working on the show, when we started conceptualizing the show a couple months ago, it was that they wanted to cover, and by they I mean the producers and as well as me, we wanted to cover artists who either had not been discovered yet, artists who were flying under the radar, artists who were underrepresented in the media. We wanted to focus on, you know, women, people of color, LGBTQ, really underrepresented, undiscovered talent, undiscovered people, and have them on the show and give them this platform. You know, it's such a unique platform, and it's kind of what PMC stands for, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and how do you find these folks? How do you go about finding them? I know, is that the producer somewhat?
That is, but I can definitely talk about that. Gio Sangiovanni, he's our lead producer on that. He's great. He knows all the people around town. He knows who to go to, who to pick up. But we've also had other people who have given us input on who they would like to see, and of course we're always open to who you would like to see on Off the Rails. If you're an artist who want to be on, hey, let us know. Contact us. Yeah. So it's kind of we're very open to whoever.
Great, great. And I know the production quality is really different. It's really you guys are working very hard on that. Tell us a little bit.
That's right. So I mean, a lot of people, when they hear a music show, they think of, oh, it's shot in a studio, it's an hour-long thing, it's a 3-camera shoot, they're just switching back and forth. No, this show took almost 2 months to film and produce. Yeah. I mean, it's completely and fully, we have scripts, we have outlines. I mean, we have, we put a lot of work into each episode. It's a major process. We have stuff that's shot in our studio. We have stuff that is shot out in our lobby set. We have stuff that's shot outside. You know, it's incredibly. Part of that was, one, we're featuring diverse artists, but the show itself, we want it to be very diverse.
This is a kind of a co-production almost from WMPG, which is
that's right.
That's a local station. It's been around forever. Mm-hmm. It plays a lot of alternative music. I mean, they're kind of known for that, right? What should we know about? Do you know a little about MPG or just how they're working together with them?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have background with WMPG. If you know the name Edgar, you must know my dad, Chip Edgar. Host of Home Dad back in the early 2000s. I'm the kid. I'm the little child in the rocking seat. But me and WMPG, we go way back. But we're also working with other companies who are sponsoring us, who are helping this show elevate. Really, it's allowing us to be able to do these massive things, be able to pay a crew and a staff to be able to do these things. Those sponsors are the Evergreen Cannabis Company. Up in the East End, we have Pat's Meat Market, the Tree House, and Roy's Shoe Shop out by the Deering area. So that's been really awesome to have them on board as well.
Thank you very much for being here. I look forward to the show.
All right.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good music. And again, you had said on this January 7th show.
Yep.
Who are the acts that we're going to be seeing?
You're going to be able to see Trevor Hill, a rapper, first act, and then Ariana Smith, who is our second act. She plays guitar. Stay tuned for them.
Awesome. Stay tuned for that. Next up, we're going to be talking to another gentleman named Cedric about his game show coming up as well. So thanks a lot. Stay tuned. I want to thank Warren Edgar and the guys from Off the Rails. So right now, we're here at the Portland Club. We're talking to my friend Cedric. Hey, good to see you, Cedric. How you doing?
Thank you.
About his new show. It's a game show coming up Friday nights at 9:30 p.m., right after our show, Friday p.m. Why don't you break, Cedric, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Great. So Cedric, tell me a little bit about yourself and your journey here to Portland.
Thank you so much. I'm Cedric Mfuranzima. I'm 25 years old, married, and live here in Portland.
Okay.
I first came here in the States in 2015. That's a nice shirt. Yeah, I came here in 2015, and I was here for school. I'm passionate about trivia, quizzes, asking questions about general knowledge, current events, science, technology, you name it. Basically, that's the first source of questions we use in our game shows. And ever since I moved up in Maine, I want to do it here at the club.
You were in Babson College in Massachusetts. You had seen Maine, and you really liked it. This was before you met your wife, but you met your wife in Portland.
Absolutely. So I came here for a job. I came here to live in Maine. I wanted to be in this place so bad because Maine people strike me as very authentic, very down to earth, and calming and warm. So that's one of the things that attracted me to this place. Where I'm from in Rwanda is also a small place, small village. So
Right.
I think some of that continue to follow me wherever I go. I was telling you, this trivia thing is something I started back ago when I was in boarding school, equivalent of 8th and 9th grade here.
Yeah.
Something we could do with friends, and for me, it became a passion. That's supposed
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Thank you.
What year did you move here to
I moved here in Maine full time in 2019.
Full time,
yeah,
yeah.
right before the pandemic. I could feel it was coming.
Right.
So I moved up in the healthiest state in America.
So did you tell me the game show is based on a French game show?
Yes. It's, the people who introduced me to the show, at the time they used to call it Savoir Plus, which means no more.
Okay.
So they had designed it for students who were in boarding school to keep in touch with what's going on outside the boarding school.
Right.
So it was our way of learning about the world, keeping our minds sharp, and really being engaged in the school community. And for me, when I played, I didn't do good. I was not a very good player of trivia.
Yes.
So what I started doing was contributing questions. So by doing that often and often, they eventually named me as the host.
Okay.
And I built a muscle from there. I started practicing every day. The show was on every single day of the week.
Right.
So by Saturday, you have hosted 6 games, and it started becoming natural. And I built a team, and we started contributing questions, and it became an inter-school, basically between schools or in the area.
Right.
It had a format like March Madness.
Right.
Many schools then eventually won winner.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So as many schools even playing against you, it had grew to that amount.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was quite a moment. I wish YouTube was a thing back then, man.
Right.
All of these could have been recorded.
Right. And this was at boarding school.
Yes,
correct?
precisely.
Did you continue this game at Babson College too?
Wow, this school could call College Center, very small school. It had a structure like none else. Like I wouldn't replicate exactly that. So when I got to Babson, first of all, I had to focus to learn about America and the college life. Put on a college, one freshman 100 pounds.
Right.
All the good stuff that happened to new people in school. So that took me afar, and I even had to take some time off to come in Maine to the group to see, is this what I'm doing right? So. But in the summers, I could go home and do what you call like a concert with folks. Like it would be like a big event in a place in a big room like this, 100, 200 people. We could play. The winner could get like some money. Now I was in America, I had some dollars on me, so I could give them like that. So that's what I could do over the last 5 years.
And now we're going to be filming here in the Portland Club, which is a great space for it. It has a game night feeling to it. Because you feel like it's a game night type of game with
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of audience, interaction,
Yeah.
two teams.
2 teams of 2 people or 3 people.
Yeah.
We are very flexible. We want to make sure we can work with people we have. These are tough times. I don't want to imprison ourselves in one formula. 2 people on each side or 3 people depending on availability. The game is structured in a way there is tension, there is pressure, there is competition, you do well, you get rewarded more, you do little, you get little. So it's like, I want to say it's been cooked for some time.
Right. It's been great talking to you. I'm looking forward to taking a look at this show.
Yeah.
And for all you folks out there, watch for the game show. We're coming up with a title now. It's going to be at 9:30 p.m. right after Friday p.m. Watch for it then. Right now, we're going to go to Will Bradford and seePeoples and Friends as they play a couple songs at the Sun Tiki. So watch for that. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Senator.
Thank you, sir.
Sometimes stop and think. Will make us happy. Do you trust this one?